Pile 1. New Mite and the Black Dahlia. Pile 2, Apatholite and Elemi. Pile 3, Lava Stone and Red Hot Poker. Pile 1, 2, 3. Messages you need to hear right now. Let's see. I'm getting a little bit of a numbed out, maybe blocked off energy from you, Pile 1, especially because you got this card that says the Void, but it came out in reverse actually. Okay. So, let's see. Messages Pile 1 needs to know. Yeah, you could be definitely having some you could be having some issues right now with taming your emotions or getting your emotions under control, or stabilizing your emotions, even connecting to your emotions for some of you. There's this energy of not really wanting to deal with something, not wanting to face something head on for some of you. You could be kind of dissociated, or like I said, numbed out. There's this sense of like Piscean energy, like being kind of like in a different space, like you're not maybe feeling grounded or rooted or clear somehow. I'm being drawn to the pink in these cards, and it's like this pink. So there's something about, for some of you, it could be older siblings, or you could just have like older sibling energy. There's this sense of feeling as though you have to be a leader in some way. You could be having this feeling as though, or you've always had to be. You've always had to be the bigger person. You've always had to be the stronger person. You've always had to be the one that mediated things. You always had to be the one that understood things from a different perspective when everybody else was losing their shit. But there's something where you just want to lose your shit a little bit, You just want to be the one that falls apart sometimes. You need support right now. And that's understandable. The spirit is saying that that's understandable. The card right here actually says ego shattering, soul fragments, emptying. When I saw emptying, I saw pouring out of emotions. Some of you really need to express what's in your heart. Express how you feel. Express whatever it is that needs to be expressed. Whether it be anger, sadness, whether it be loneliness, whatever it is, it needs to be emptied out. I'm hearing the song Dirty Laundry by Kelly Rowland. Yeah. You could kind of feel, I'm hearing also the song Rock in a Hard Place. So y'all could be in a space of transition in your life. You could be in a space of understanding that you have to move on, that you have to make a decision or take a step or become somebody new, or something has to change in your life, and you're in this transition phase, and you're stuck in this space of, one way of living, one era of your life, and moving into another, because, it's tough. It takes a lot of work. And in the song Rock in a Hard Place, he's talking about how giving up on a relationship that is taking more effort than you have to give, it's still easier than walking completely away, than doing something completely new, right? Than dealing with all of the pain that comes with an ending or a separation, right? It's easier to hold on to something that is uncomfortable, or it's easier to stay in a pattern that is you're used to, but you know it's not good for you, than it is to elevate. You know, there's a sense of that here. And this pink, this dark pink energy is very prevalent here. Why is this pink so significant? This pink color, what does this mean? Death reversed. There may be a fear. I'm here, and even in this card, there's all of this pink. I'm being drawn to literally all the pink here. So let me think for a second. This has to do with your feminine energy. This has to do with your sense of pleasure. This has to do with embracing womanhood for some of you if you're women. Especially if you're woman, though. There's just this sense of... I'm hearing the song Pink Matter. So go ahead and check that out. Pink Matter by Frank Ocean. My God, she's giving me pleasure, 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 pleasure over matter. Okay, I'm getting a couple messages here. Number one, there's something about pleasure. There's something about maybe embracing pleasure. Okay, there is a need to really define what pleasure means to you. Define the word pleasure, okay? Apart from the media, apart from what anybody else may say pleasure is. There is a need to define what brings you pleasure, okay? Pleasure definition.
As a noun, pleasure means a feeling of happy satisfaction and enjoyment.
A feeling of happy satisfaction. A feeling of happy satisfaction and enjoyment. Another definition is sensual gratification. Okay, so there's a need to really get in tune with that energy. Okay, for some of you, there's also this sense of, when I'm thinking of, my God, she's giving me pleasure, pleasure over matter, there's this sense of really shedding materialism. Okay, something that could be holding you back right now is your mind. Okay, something that could be holding you back right now is your limiting beliefs or your pre-existing ideas about a specific kind of person or a specific idea or a specific place or something like that. There's something that is it's being restricted by the limits of whatever label it's in. Okay, and there's a sense to really notice how something makes you feel. Okay, so I don't know if this has to do with a person, for example. Like, if you're thinking of a person and you have feelings for a specific person, and maybe you have a history with this person, or other people don't like this person, or there's something that is tied to this person, some sort of attachment that you can't let go of, but you have confliction about it because you in your heart feel a different way towards this person, and it transcends those physical boundaries. So there's something about that here. Yep, a fresh start. So I don't know if this has to do with a relationship or a way of being, that you need to kind of shed whatever labels are attached to it if it makes you feel good, if it feels good to you. Yeah, this definitely could have to do with a person, a friendship, a relationship. It's something about letting the past go, or just at least acknowledging how you feel. Okay, even if you have conflict about it, acknowledging how you feel and validating that and knowing that it's okay. It's okay to feel two things at once. It's okay to be hurt and still love someone. Okay? It's okay to feel two ways at once. There's something about that here. Once again, with this pink energy. Okay, this could also have to do with some mother wounds. This could definitely has to do with just feminine wounds. A sister, a best friend, a mother. If you guys are in the LGBTQ plus community, you could resonate with lesbianism, bisexuality, where you're in like, you know, a woman loves woman relationship. There's something about you've cried over something, you felt pain over something. There's something that you felt pain over. But there's still a desire to connect. There's still a desire to be understood. There's still a desire here about this. See, there's some pain, but they're still holding hands. They're still connected. What is this about more so? We got the Eight of Cups reversed. Okay, hold on. There's something about this thing that is clouding your sacral chakra. It's clouding your creative space. Okay, there's something here from the past, perhaps, or something that could be currently going on right now, but it has to do with connection, relationships, especially with a feminine or with feminine energy. There's some type of pain here that needs to be acknowledged. Okay, I'm definitely getting this could have to do with something from the past here for some of you, whether it's a person that you don't talk to no more, or if it's a specific situation that happened with somebody, or with, you know, just in general. There's something here that needs to be acknowledged because you're ready to move past it. You're ready to transcend past whatever happened here. Tell me more about this. Alright, so when I pulled this Magician card, the first thing I was drawn to was the cups. So this has to do with the emotions. This has to do with love. This has to do with connection. Okay? And I also noticed the crown of thorns, it looks like. And so I asked Spirit to give me a psalm to help me understand what is going on here. And they sent me to Psalm 46, which says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. Selah. There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God shall help her, and that right early. The heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Come, behold the works of the Lord, what desolations he hath made in the earth. He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow, and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burned the chariot in the fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of what? The Lord of something is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. This psalm is good for settling quarrels, Read together this psalm to assist in bringing to both parties a realization of the tranquility available to those who ask God for help when troubled. So some of you could be seeking reconciliation with somebody, or just some sort of closure, some sort of clarity with somebody. There's something that you feel is undone for some of you here. Tell me more about this. So what is their advice, Spirit? Something they need to hear, okay? You told us that there is some sort of connection, some sort of emotional turmoil that is connected to maybe a person, a place, a thing for my pal ones. What do they do with this information, though? Prince of Swords. I heard whatever you want. Huh. So number one, know that you're being supported in whatever you choose to do. 313 on the clock. Know that you're being supported in whatever you choose to do. But more than that, they're telling you that it's good to make a plan. Okay, they want you to be strategic. With this Knight of Swords, I'm seeing strategic. Okay, the Knight of Swords is a very slick, very sly, very cunning type of energy. Okay, and so when we're talking about, for example, in a love situation, this is someone who is going to be very, maybe a smooth talker. Okay, this has to do with communication as well, being a smooth talker. Okay, someone who knows how to push the right buttons to get what they want. So do with that information what you will. Yeah, King of Cups here. Okay, maybe this is the answer if you've been wondering how to get yourself stabilized, how to move forward in some way. This could be an answer here. Tell me more about this Knight of Swords. Be direct, be clear. Okay. For example, is this about communication with another person, or what is this about with this Knight of Swords? Okay. There's a need to plan and be strategic here. There's a need to plan. 444 on the clock, yeah. There's a need to plan something here, to organize. They're telling you to organize. Okay, to start to embody the air sign energy. If you're not an air sign, if you're not an air sign, there is a need to look up the qualities of the air signs and to learn from them. Okay, so let's see how to embody air sign energy. Yeah, so there may be a need to kind of, in order to get emotionally stabilized, there's a need to embody air sign energy, to maybe detach and do things from a very logical type of, perspective, right? Like an air sign would. Intellect, communication, social interaction. All right. So let's look up some qualities maybe that would be good for you to work on in this time in order for you to get what you're looking for. All right. Curiosity. They seek to understand different perspectives before making up their mind. Okay. Researching things right now will be good. Writing will be good. Journaling will be good to kind of get to see whatever is going on within you will come out. Okay. See what else. You could even be an air sign right now, but maybe you just need a reminder of how you can, balance yourself out right now, right? Because you may be if you are an air sign, you could be feeling thrown off guard by your emotions right now. You could be feeling a lot of emotions and may not really know where exactly it's coming from or what exactly to do about it, right? It could be very overwhelming for you. Okay? Are you for real? Alright, bro. Cool. It wasn't meant to be. I can't believe that. Alright. So let's see. Deep thinkers, great communicators, go-getters. Being social, caring about others, caring about dynamics, caring about intellectualism, caring about thoughts, words, and concepts. Okay? There's a fear here. There's some sort of hesitation that you feel, and there's a need to detach and look at that. Okay? With this Eight of Wands reverse, there's something that I feel like there's a halt, a stop, a pause, but I feel like it is a self-inflicted pause, okay? And that is something that is for you to look at and figure out why, right? Yeah, it's a very internal thing with this Ace of Cups. There's a need to really sit and do some introspection, and reflection on yourself. Yeah. You guys could be, like I said, leaders in some way, but you may not want to be. You may have never asked for that position, but people just naturally put you in that position. And you could be feeling frustrated. You could be feeling overwhelmed because you're only human. And you feel as though you can't have a breakdown. You can't ask for help, right? You may have been around this idea that a strong person is always strong for others and never falls apart, or never has an off day, or never slips, never makes mistakes, right? There could be something about you where you need to kind of reflect on that and look at that. Because the question is, who heals the healers? Who do the therapists talk to? Who teaches the teachers, right? There is never a point in time where you stop growing, where you stop needing support, where you stop needing help, where you stop being human. It does not matter how far you elevate in your career, in your chosen profession, or even if you have been put in a position to lead and you didn't ask for it. There is never a point in time where you are too big to feel small. All right? And that's something I feel like right now you're being brought to that space to understanding that. And it's okay. You're being told that it's okay. It's okay to not have it all together. It's okay to fall apart. Alright? So that's the message I got for you guys. This is also part of some sort of new cycle you're entering into. Okay? So that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching Power One. I'll catch y'all on the next video. You stuck in here forever. Pal 2. With this Apophyllite and Elemi. Alright. What do you need to hear right now? What you need to hear right now? Go ahead, look out the window if you. I know you want to. I know you want to. You're good. Go ahead, look out the window. But hey, what I tell you? What did I just tell you? Huh? What did I tell you, babe? Blaze, what did I tell you? You want to leave now? Cause no food in here for you. Ah, Jesus. All right, baby. You don't want to be here with me? You want to leave? All right, come on. Come on. Ugh. He does this every time. All right. Whew, Lord. How to? What do you need to hear? There's a need for cleansing, and not just because this card is the card of cleanse. There's a need for cleansing your mind, cleansing your spirit, cleansing your space. Okay. There is a need to maybe find a way to let things go, to detach, right? Find a way to let people be who they are, right? Just like, for an example, my dog came in here, man, and usually I would want to force him to be in here. I would want him to stick around, right? I would want him to want to be in my room and not just try to use me for food that I don't have laying around, because every time he knows that I be having food in here, I be having snacks, and he be trying to get into it. So maybe there's a need to just find a way to accept things, accept people, and to let them be who they are, to let them do what they do, right? And cleansing your mind of stress, of worry, cleansing your body of stress, of worry. So maybe finding new techniques to reduce stress, maybe taking a cleansing bath, okay? Doing a detox, like with your diet or something like this, fasting for some of you, if that is within your, within your health to do. Fasting, water fasting, things like that. Yeah, there's just this big sense of like purging. Yeah, so what do they need to hear? My Patus, what do they need to hear right now? If you've been having an idea to move forward towards something, the answer is yes. So that's your confirmation. The answer is yes. Go forward with it. Okay? I feel as though you guys have been kind of like having some sort of momentum towards something. You've been feeling pulled in some direction. You've been feeling inspired. And, you're on the right path. This is basically what this message is that you can trust yourself, There could have been something significant that happened on the full moon for some of you. For some of you, the new moon. Okay, so maybe if you want to go back to seeing if you maybe had any videos or you recorded anything or wrote anything down on the last new moon and even the full moon, just taking a look at that and seeing what you find there. If there's any patterns, if there's any evolution that has happened during that time. Because it's like one full moon phase, the new moon to the full moon. Something happened within that space that Spirit is telling you to pay attention to and look at. Yeah. So this card says lifestyle choices, detox, and nourishment. Maybe some of you guys like ASMR, or you're being guided to indulge in some ASMR. And if you're not familiar with ASMR, it stands for, I want to say, autonomous. ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, a term used to describe a tingling, static-like or goosebumps sensation in response to a specific triggering audio or visual stimuli. Okay? So like the feeling that you get when somebody, for some of you, right? Because everybody has different triggers. But, kind of like the feeling of when someone is like massaging your head. And it's this feeling of like, right? Like, I love this. Like, you just want more and more and more. Right? There's something about maybe listening to some ASMR or tapping into that energy and paying attention to that, what you respond to in that way. Okay. So yeah, definitely something about being receptive and resting. And I want to make it a point to say that rest does not just have to do with taking a nap or sleeping, right? That is a very basic human need, to rest and to sleep and to get that sleep. Because a lot happens in our sleep that is healthy for us. But rest is also like things that you can do while you're alert and awake. Things that you can do during your day to decompress and to release stress, okay? To release things that are not needed, to help yourself be present in the moment, okay? So there's a lot of things that you can tap into, and that is for you to decide what that is. So that, I definitely recommend looking up different ways to rest for you guys. What else? Okay, let's get some more. For my pal twos, what do they need to hear right now? Tell me more. You could be holding off on making a decision, or you could be stuck. You could be kind of in the freeze response. Fight, fawn, or fight, freeze, fawn. You could be in a freeze response right now. Or even a fawn response, not knowing what to do. Feeling overwhelmed for some of you. Not sure how to move forward or where to move forward towards. There's definitely a lot of brain activity here that you could be shutting down emotionally. You could be feeling emotionally flooded for some of you. So what do you want me to know about this? This is meant to happen. This is divinely meant to happen with this Tower card. This is something that is happening. Your spirit team is making this happen. Okay. It's meant to apply pressure so that, okay, it's kind of gross, but this is the visual, this is the example I'm getting. It's like when you are squeezing a pimple, and the proper way to squeeze a blackhead out is to roll the skin. To kind of apply pressure with one finger and then to roll the skin so that the blackhead pushes itself out. Ew, I know, but that's the example I'm getting. So there's something about there is pressure being applied, and you could be feeling like you're being bulldozed by life right now, but it's meant to push you in a certain direction or push you out of something forcefully, if that makes sense. Is that right, Spirit? Yeah. Spirit is saying that right now you could be at odds with your inner child. You guys could be facing two different ways, and there's a need to find a way to face each other again, right? Like inside of yourself you could be at odds when there's a need to come back together, right? There's a need to come back together instead of being at odds. There's a need to come back together, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing that Spirit is kind of shaking stuff up in your life right now, especially in an emotional way. You could be feeling overly emotional right now. You could be feeling like you're crying a lot, or you're feeling erratic, or you're feeling like, yeah, for some of you, I'm seeing a lot of tears happening. Something, is that right? Something is going to be revealed in the near future. Something is going to come to the light. Alright? With this future energy, something is going to be revealed. And this is also part of this divine shakeup that's happening. Okay? And we got this Judgment card. So Clarify this judgment, please. This is card 20. You could be moving. Okay, this is awakening you to something. Clarify this judgment. Something hasn't been working. You've been feeling stuck, and I'm getting the phrase by Jim Carrey. So you guys could definitely be dealing with depression or have been dealing with depression. But I'm getting the phrase by Jim Carrey where he says, depression is your soul saying that I don't want to play this character anymore. You know, I don't want to play this character anymore. I don't want to play this role anymore. I want something different. I want something new. And maybe you guys have that understanding, right? That something needs to change, but you don't know what, and you don't know where, and you don't know how. And this is what is being revealed somehow. It may feel all jumbled up right now, right? A lot of things may feel jumbled up and messy. But out of that, there is something that is being created that you can't see in the moment. You can't see it in the moment because you're being shaken up by it, right? It's kind of like in the midst of a storm, you can't see all, because you're just in this fear response, maybe. You can't see all that is being done, all that is being wiped away, all that is being created. You can't see what is happening until the storm settles down. And then you can assess the damage, and then you can assess, whatever needs to be assessed, right? And you can see things from a clearer perspective and have like a grip on reality. But right now you're just kind of in the space of being spun up. Like I'm seeing someone being in a tornado and just being so whipped around by everything. You don't know what's happening right now, and that's okay. That's for a reason. So you guys definitely, let's see here. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a freeze response. And so the freeze response can look like being exhausted, feeling shame, feeling hopelessness, helplessness, feeling numbed out. Okay, that could be where you guys are right now. And with this cleanse, this detox energy, I'm getting that this is not necessary. I mean, it is in a way a personal thing, an individual thing, but more so what is happening around you is this cleansing energy. And you are just responding to it. Okay? You're not meant to know the answers right now. Okay? And that's okay. You're not meant to know all the answers. You're just meant to show up for yourself in the best way you can. Get connected to your, they're telling you don't make any hasty decisions because in the moment you're not in a space to make decisions right now. Right? Yeah. You're feeling overburdened. You're feeling overwhelmed. But I'm hearing all roads lead back to home. So they want you to know that you are never too far away from your center to come back. You are never too far away from your purpose to come back to it. Everything is just a journey, right? Every journey that you go on, regardless of how far, how perilous it may seem, you are learning things along the way. And that was always meant to happen. For some reason, I keep being drawn to this moon symbolism. I know I mentioned the full moon and the new moon, but there is a specific moon phase that is being shown to me here that I want to look up because for some reason it's important. So it's looking like a waning crescent. So let's see, waning crescent. If you guys know what moon you were born under, I definitely recommend checking that out and kind of figuring out what moon you were born under, because this is a message from spirit. as to how they want you to proceed during this time, what you're meant to be paying attention to, how you're meant to be working through your emotions, okay? So, we have the waning crescent moon. So this is the final phase before the moon starts again with the new moon. So this is when the moon is decreasing, okay? It's not full. It's not even half full, okay? It's less than that. But it's right before we enter the new moon phase. So you guys are entering a very clean, a fresh start. But this is the phase right before you hit that. You know, you hit the ground. I'm seeing somebody like... I'm seeing somebody hit the ground running. I'm seeing somebody like running, okay? So there's maybe this is the energy of something being cleansed out, being cleared out. I don't know. Let's see what this means here. The waning crescent moon is a perfect time to rest and regenerate. It's a period of self-care, to find inner peace and to reconnect with yourself. Surrendering all that has happened and that is out of our control before the lunar cycle begins again. Yeah, so you guys are about to enter a very fresh, clean, completely fresh start in your life. But before you do that, you need to center yourself. You need to find peace with what has happened. You need to, I'm getting the sense of gratitude, honor, tears, maybe crying about it, writing about it, saying, you know, whatever it is you need to do, coming to peace with it, because a new world, I'm hearing a whole new world, okay, is coming into being. And when that happens, you need to be ready. So I don't know, what does this have to do with? I don't know if it has to do with new people, something, a new career. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure what this is. But they're wanting you to not self-sabotage when this happens, okay? Something new is happening in your life, whether it be a new relationship, a new career change, a new whatever it is, whatever opportunity is being presented to you, they want you to be completely on board and ready to receive it when it happens. They don't want you to be holding on to the past and all the stress of the past, okay? Because you deserve this new beginning, okay? Absolutely. We got the Queen of Swords here. For some of you, this has to do with some sort of court hearing. This has to do with some sort of case that you may be dealing with right now, okay? Maybe you have to go in front of a judge. Maybe you have something with that, and they want you to be ready. They want you to be prepared to be your best self in that moment, to speak your truth, to, you know, whatever it is, okay? Even if this has to do with like some sort of sentencing or whatever this is, they want you to be ready to face it and to be brave. Because this woman looks a bit intimidating. Whatever this is may be a bit intimidating for you, but they want you to know that you are more than capable of dealing with it, and you are just as strong and powerful. And be ready. Yeah, there's something about self-worth. It's time to really get your self-worth up, okay? So, that's what I got for you guys, Pile 2. I hope that this resonated. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. See you on the next video. Pile 1. My witchy friends of Pile 1. You could have been drawn to Pile 1, but Pile 3. Sorry about that. I'm hearing something about you have a very strong individual nature. You are very independent, okay? You could be fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or have that strong in your chart. But what I'm getting for y'all, number 1, is to breathe, okay? You could really feel like, you know, agitated. All right, you could be feeling agitated. You could be dealing with inflammation in your body for some of you. All right, You could also be dealing with some blood circulation issues. Maybe some of you have anemia, or that's an iron deficiency, but I know anemia makes your body cold, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. This could also be a sign that you are being guided to eat more iron, okay, to consume more iron. So whether this has to be, eating more greens, whatever has iron in it. I don't know, I think fish has iron and stuff in it, but if you're not into fish, then maybe some supplements, greens, okay, leafy greens, antioxidants. There's something here about really fulfilling your body in a way to where you feel grounded. So maybe also eating more root vegetables, or eating more vegetables that grow in the ground, okay? So whatever foods grow on the ground, like potatoes. Let's see, what fruits and veggies grow in the ground, grow in the dirt? Radish, lettuce, peas, beets, carrots, onion, tomatoes, beans, spinach, greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken. Y'all could be funny as well, okay? There's also a need for you to laugh more right now, okay? I'm getting something about the coyote spirit. There's a need for you to laugh off all the, all of the bullshit, all of the the ridiculousness that you may be dealing with right now. Okay, maybe it's time for you to laugh at people and just how ridiculous they are. Because also, what I was getting with this red hot poker energy is that people may be trying to test you. They could be poking the bear, You could be in a very kind of fragile state right now, emotionally, mentally, and people could be, maybe they understand this and know about it, or maybe they don't, right? But whatever they're doing, it's from a very emotionally immature place, and they're poking you, right? They may be making jokes, they may be making comments, and they don't know how hard you are working to keep your anger, to keep your mouth, tamed, right? They don't understand how much it is taking from you to be the bigger person in these situations. There is a need to set boundaries as well. So if somebody is, whether they know it or not, whether they're aware of it or not, there is a need to speak up and let people know, hey, I'm not really in the mood for joking right now. Okay, I understand that you're playing around, but I have to let you know right now I'm feeling a bit sensitive, or whatever. Or if somebody is not, if somebody is doing it to be malintended, to let them know hey, I don't want to say anything out of pocket, right? I don't want to allow my frustration to get the best of me. So I really suggest that if you don't have anything of value to say, if you don't have anything kind to say to me right now, that you leave me alone to give me my space, right? There's something about that here. Definitely boundaries. I'm getting heavy boundaries, because there's a need to feel safe in your body. This card says, my body is a safe space, and it has to do with transmuting, breaking down barriers and realizations. All right? You could feel as though you can't break down your barriers, right? You could be very guarded emotionally with people. Yeah, you could be very guarded with people usually, but there's this sense of Spirit wanted to let you know that it's not that you can't trust people. It's not that you can't let your guard down. There's nothing wrong with letting your guard down. What the problem is that maybe you're surrounded by the wrong people, or maybe you are not asserting yourself in a way that honors you and your feelings, right? So they're wanting you to know that being guarded is not necessarily the way to go. But if you feel yourself feeling something, and then feeling like you have to bulk up and get your ego into the situation, to where now you're kind of putting on this mask, right? Now you're putting on this facade, oh, I don't feel that, I don't do, Spirit wants you to know that that is the problem. The fact that you feel as though you're not capable enough to be yourself and also set boundaries. And the thing is that if you are feeling as though your boundaries are not respected, right? Because a boundary is basically you protecting yourself in a healthy way. A boundary is you acknowledging who you are without pushing away from it, or lying about it, or invalidating your feelings, right? It's you validating yourself and letting people know, like, hey, I understand that you're your own person. You may not feel how I feel, but if you want to talk to me, if you want to be around me, then I do ask that you respect this about me. Okay? Because to me, it's important. To me, it is valid. To me, it matters. And a boundary is what helps you suss out who is meant for you and who is not. Because a person who loves you and respects you is going to be like, okay, hey, I'm sorry that I crossed the boundary. I didn't know about it. I love you. I respect you. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to, feel understood, right? That's healthy. So they want you to know that, okay? There's something about that energy. Yeah. Yep. There's something about choosing. They want you to choose. Right? They want you to choose how you move forward in your life. We have the Three of Pentacles. 2 more. We have the Morning card. 1 more, sorry. Once again, I'm being drawn to this pink card. This has to do with friendship, okay? Maybe y'all don't have real solid friends right now and you're wanting friends, okay? Spirit is saying that they want you to, regardless of what type of relationship it is, whether it be romantic, business, whether it be family, they want you to focus on what friendship is for you, what it means to you, and are these people friends to you? One more. Okay, interesting. We have the morning and the night. It's interesting. So, Spirit, let's see what this is about. Okay. With the Three of Pentacles, every time I see the Three of Pentacles, I think about learning from someone. I know the Three of Pentacles can be either, some people learning from you or people coming to you for your expertise. But when I see this card, especially this deck right here, I'm thinking looking at someone else externally and learning from them. Either you come to them or you just are in a kind of like passive place and you're watching them do what they do and learning from that. So they're saying take your time, breathe, and pay attention. Alright? Pay attention to people outside of you. Now what's going on with this morning and night card, Spirit? Clarify the morning card. 9 of Pentacles. I'm hearing birds in the sky, you know how I feel. Na na na, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Okay. And I'm feeling good. Yeah. Okay, number 1, you need to know that something is happening in your sleep. So you are healing something subconsciously in your sleep. That's why maybe you waking up and you feeling like a whole different person, or you're waking up and you don't feel connected to certain things no more. You are going through something in your sleep, okay? So be aware of that. Write down any dreams that you may remember, okay? But also, I'm getting dark feminine energy, all right? So if you guys are connected to your birth chart, if you have the means to look up your birth chart using your birth date, okay, and your time of birth, definitely look up where your black moon Lilith is, because there's something about that energy that is revving up right now. There's this sense of relying on this energy, whether you're conscious of it or not, all right? Relying on this energy and getting your needs met. So let's see some real quick. Dark feminine energy. What is dark feminine energy? Authentic, fearless, passionate, confident, wild, and free. All right. The dark feminine energy to me is the part that is pissed off, is tired, is sick and tired. Truly. That could be the phase that you guys are in. Now, either you have been, right, and look at this red. Look at this red. I want you to just soak up this card and what it feels like for you. All right? There's this energy of using that energy in a way to get what you want. Okay? In a healthy way. You could be experiencing rage, like I said. You guys could have relied on one way of being your whole life, being in the light aspects of maybe being peaceful and being passive and maybe, being compassionate and understanding other people. But there's something that you have become aware of, or some type of work you've been doing to now where you may feel more irritated, more, agitated, more pissed off, more fed up with things. Not only that have happened to you personally, but also things that you see outside of you, and you are ready to put a wall up and say, hey, you know what? I've had enough. All right, I'm not doing that. This is done, right? Like, you're fed up. Okay, so y'all could definitely be in your dark feminine energy. And if you want some ways on how to deal with that energy, I definitely recommend you look up your black moon Lilith energy in your birth chart. Mine specifically is Aquarius. So when I am in my dark feminine energy, I am relying on those Aquarian aspects of being detached, right? Of being more so like rebellious, of thinking of kind of like what is progressive, what is going to matter like 10, 20 years from now versus this moment right here, right? That's kind of the energy I embody in my dark feminine energy. So there's something there about that with y'all. Clarify this night card, please, as well. Okay. Yeah, they're saying don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to act on your instincts. If your instincts is to tell somebody, like, there's something just about going with your flow. Going with your flow and stop shaming yourself, okay? This is your individuality. And maybe you're not used to it. Maybe you're not used to separating yourself from the group. Maybe you're not used to having a differing opinion. Maybe you're not used to being confrontational. But if your opinion and your truth goes against, everybody else, then it's, for a lot of people, it will seem confrontational. But it's really just you standing in your truth and carving out your own path. You don't have to conform, okay? So with this night card, something that I did keep noticing was I kept hearing the song Fix You. So there's a need to validate yourself. There's a need to really be on your own team. You feel me? If nobody else is, there's a need to be on your own team because you understand yourself. You understand where you're coming from. You feel you, right? And if nobody else feels you, then you have to stand 10 toes for yourself. I'm hearing the song Fix You by Coldplay. When you try your best and you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. Na 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 stuck in reverse. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. What I see in this card is you and your inner world being in conflict. So you definitely could have been drawn to another pile, okay? But I'm seeing you and your inner self being at conflict, and that is what may be keeping you up at night. It's not the situation outside of you, it's the situation inside of you. It's not them, it's not what happened, it's not none of that. It's the fact that you are rejecting yourself. It's the fact that you have feelings that you are invalidating. It's the fact that you are heartbroken and you're not soothing yourself. You're not being your own friend. It's not the fact that you're heartbroken. It's the fact that you're heartbroken and you're not being a friend to yourself and you need a friend. It's not about that other person. It's not about that situation. It's about you and how you find it hard to love yourself. My body is a safe space deeply starts with making it a safe space by the way that you treat yourself. You could be seeing 555 a lot or expect to because big changes are happening. Alright, anything else? Any last words? Pile 3. You're about ready, yeah. Yep. Tell me more. Yeah, you guys have been taking accountability for your part in things. It's not the fact that you have not taken accountability for your part in things. It's the fact that other people have not taken accountability for their part in things. Instead of hating yourself and being mad at yourself and bashing yourself for mistakes that you've made in the past, have compassion for yourself. That you may not receive that same grace from other people. That you may be ready to apologize to others, but you may not get that same grace from other people, and that hurts. And that's okay. And you need to honor that within yourself. Start to be your own friend with this my body is a safe space. Okay? You have been in a place where you have released the past, you've released resentments, you have forgiven people, you have, believed deep in your heart that people are allowed to change and they're allowed to grow and that people make mistakes and you can love them anyways. But do you extend that same grace to yourself? That's what I want to know. That's what Spirit is trying to get you to know right now. Is the conflict that you're having is because you're abandoning yourself, right? And that's something to look at because you deserve better from you, all right? So pile 3, that's what I got for y'all. I hope that this helps you. I love you so much. Bless you and give yourself a hug from me.